Hello everyone and welcome to the amazing digital dating simulator. This is a fan-made game. It's based on the amazing digital circus and I assume we can date anyone in here. Without further ado, let's just start the game. Disclaimer: this game is fan-made and is in no way officially affiliated or endorsed by Glitch Productions or Gooseworks. All events and interaction in this game are not canon. Please do not reach out or harass anyone on Glitch Production team about this game. This game contains bright flash transitions, alright? Kane. Welcome to the amazing digital dating simulator, a slice of lifestyle school setting where anything and everything is possible. Ooh. I'm Kane, and I'll be your principal for the duration of your stay here at the Amazing Digital Academy. Help your classmates pull pranks on the teacher. Become a straight student or a rule-breaking delinquent. All this while possibly finding love along the way. But enough about my wonderful creation. Let's get you enrolled. First thing first, what uniform will you be donning? Alright, so we have Senpai and this schoolgirl. We're gonna be the male one. Sounds good. How about your name? What should we call you? My name, Deco. Yeah, you can call me Deco. Deco, huh? Are you sure you like that name? Yep, that's my name. Alrighty then, Deco. Then let's head inside. Ooh. Hi, my name is Deco. I'm a transfer student to the Amazing Digital Academy. My parents moved to the countryside after a fake tragic event that changed the course of our lives. After I said goodbye to all my old friends, my parents got my transcripts and packed up the car. Today is my first day at this new school. Ooh, we got season here. Morning, daylight, and night, maybe? I glanced down at my class schedule. This should be English 101 with Mr. Kinger. Oh, Mr. Kinger. So where is the teacher? So Kinger is the teacher here? As I step into the room to let in any other students that might be late to class, someone else hops into the room. The figure looks like a tall white piece from a gaming set. Specifically, he looks like a king in chess. It takes me a moment to put two and two together, but when I do, I almost groan at the pun. Surely his name can't really be... Hey, yes, Kinger! Hello, my name is Kinger. You must be pleased to meet me. Mr. Kinger extends a gloved hand, which I shake more out of instinct than out of a genuine sense of excitement. Good morning, students. On the docket today, we have a new student named... what's her name again? Hello everyone, I'm Deco. I look forward to learning with you all and I hope we can all be friends. I'm Deco, don't mess with me and we'll be good. I'm Deco and I'm always down for a good time. Let's go with this one. I'm Deco and I'm always down for a good time. Rightio. Go on and take any open seat, Deco. Most of our students don't bite. One of the other students, a purple rabbit, seems to grind at this. I take a moment to think of who to sit by. Who? I take a seat next to the girl in colorful hat and sailor uniform. I sit next to a shy-looking girl with a comedy mask and a ribbon body. I sit next to a mismatched figure with a bored look on their face. Oh, this must be Zubel, I like her. I sit down next to the cherry-looking ragdoll in front of class. Oh, this is, who is it, Ragata? I sit down with the mischievous-looking purple rabbit, Jax, and I sit down in the teacher's chair. What the hell, Kinger? I want to sit next to Zubel. So yeah. I sat down next to the interesting looking student with mismatched limbs. I'm not going to bother asking you your name or backstory if that's what Kane wants. I'm sorry. You heard what I said. After a week, Kane is gonna get bored of all this and you won't even be here anymore. Did I do something to offend them? Why do you think I'm going to be gone in just a week? 'Cause that's just how things work around here. Kane comes up with some new student or adventure. Everyone gets excited to know them. Then Kane gets bored or they move away. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm telling all of. Nothing they say makes any sense. But I'm still offended at being treated like some sort of side act in a circus. Well, I didn't ask to be here. All I remember is something happened at my old school and my parents had to move out to the countryside. I huff. That's the only reason I'm here right now. Zubel glares back at me, but before we can start to argue, the girl in the colorful hat comes over to us. Hey, Pomni! Hey guys, what's going on over here? She says, looking at us. Well, I point to Zubel. Just keep saying, I'm going to disappear in a week when Principal Kane gets bored of me. Well, that's not good. She waves her hands trying to defuse the situation. You know how Kane gets when we don't play along, Zubel? Oh, this is Pomni. You know how Kane gets when we don't play along, Zubel? How Kane feels about things isn't my problem. To illustrate their point, they kick their feet up on the desk in front of them. Pomni just shakes her head before extending a hand for me to shake. Well, anyways, welcome to our class, Tico. Sorry about Zubel, they just don't really like new people, or Kane. I nod. I can see that. Well, if you want, you can come sit next to me instead. I'm sure Kinger won't mind. I cast a glance at Zubel, who is still ignoring me. The invitation is tempting. I think I'll stick it out with Zubel. Sure, I'll sit. I don't really care where I sit. I want to be with Zubel. Suit yourself. Don't think this makes us friends or anything. I guess not, but I find myself oddly unbothered by Zubel's cool demeanor. That's fair. I shrug. I'm sure you have a reason for feeling the way you do. That, oddly, seems to pierce their cool exterior. Huh? Well, yeah, I do. I feel like you just really dislike Principal Kane. Well, yeah, dislike is an understatement. They pause. He just keeps trying to come up with new things and acts like we should be falling over ourselves. I shrug. It's okay, you don't have to like me. Well, it's not that I don't like you. It's just that, never mind. It's okay. For what it's worth, I'm sorry I was so harsh on you. Listen, to make it up to you, I usually eat lunch with Gengo, the courtyard. You can take a log if you want, you know, instead of sitting alone. Just as I'm about to respond, Zubel sees something out of the corner of their eye. Hey Jax, Gengo. Leave Gengo alone, Jax. They say running off. Oh well, I guess if I want to talk to them later, I know where is to find them. I was just sitting into my desk and getting used to this place when something burst into the room. Principal Kane, how exciting to have you into our class today. The new figure turned to address us. At his side was a bubble with a razor sharp teeth. I don't think I'll ever get used to this school. Kinger, class, how do you do? Principal Kane extends a hand, gesturing to all of us before freezing in place. With a sound like, what the hell? With a sound like pork claim, grinding against pork lane, his teeth slammed shut. His eyes slowly extrude from his teeth like they're not solid objects. Deco, wasn't expecting you here. Manic enthusiasm suffuses his voice as he points his cane at me. Maybe you'll be the secret ingredient to make this school interesting. He pauses a moment, rubbing the base of his chin in the contemplation for a moment. Is there a reason you're here, Kane? Zubul speaks to him like they're addressing an annoying insect instead of the principal of the school. Kane perks up. That's right, the reason I'm here, to make sure we all have an enriching academy experience, one filled with fun, danger, and adventure. He begins to list more and more descriptions, increasing his breakneck speed until I can't even tell what he's saying. And most of all, interesting to our studio audience. He turns towards the window and stares out of it for a moment. Is he addressing somebody? There doesn't appear to be anyone outside. However, the numbers are in students, and it turns out school dramas are just white noise. Normally, this is the time that I tell you that means the end of school life as we know it. Kane bats on his hand in mock horror. The class and Kinger play along, gasping at this revelation. Gangle looks ready to burst into tears. However, my sweet-toothed students, your benevolent principal has found a way to bring a public interest back to the school in a major way. At this point, the sharp-toothed bubble next to him pipes up. How are you bringing interest back to the school, Mr. President? Kane shoots the bubble a confused look, but hits his right a moment later. You see, my little Tomer Emeralds, what's one thing no academy around here has ever had? A cast of colorful characters? A competent principal? Adequate finding? Kane shakes his head. Wrong, and surprisingly right, but also not relevant to what I'm talking about. No school around here has had a culture festival celebrating the unique talents of its students. So I, being your benevolent principal, have decided to put your class in charge of throwing the best culture festival at the side of the Pacific Ocean. Make it flashy, we gotta keep the internet of our investors after all. He got I'm almost late for my deep tissue massage. Alright, Kinger, I'll leave you the list for everyone's responsibilities. You will have 5 days to drag a leg or two. As abruptly as he appeared, Kane darts out of the room, disappearing from view as he heads to his appointment. Alright class, let's see what roles Kane assigned to each of you to the culture festival. King Earl lifts a paper from his desk and begins to read aloud. Ragata, as a class representative, I trust you to organize the other students and make sure the festival proceeds with no issues. You can count on me. Zubul and Gangle, you two will work on art to promote the festival. We have a pretty big school here, so we'll need plenty of posters and some art to display during the festival. I don't know. I still don't have anything. I'm comfortable showing everyone else. Pomni and Jax, look up what a cultural festival is. Shouldn't we do that before we start making posters? No, I like his idea. Plus, we get to see what Gangle comes up with for her posters. If it's anything like what she comes up with when she draws Ragata. Jax! Gangle interrupts Jax before he can finish his thoughts, pleading with him to stay quiet. The class erupts into chaos as Zubul and Gangle argue with Jax. Homni tries to find out what a culture festival is, and Ragata tries to salvage what the remains of class and get her classmates to pay attention. For his part, Mr. Kingerer seems content to let the students bicker amongst themselves. Maybe he didn't have the rest of his lesson planned and is just waiting on the lunch bell. As if I had summoned it by thinking of it, the lunch bell sounds, everyone drops their arguments and flies out of the classroom. Time to find out what I'm doing for lunch. After my chaotic first half of the day, I had worked up quite the appetite. The cafeteria was bursting with unfamiliar faces. Around me there was a selection of places to buy lunch, but none of them stood out from one another. I picked up something to eat at the nearest food place and set about deciding where to sit down. Still, as I scanned the bustling lunchroom, I don't recognize anyone from class. Didn't Zumble and Gangle say they ate lunch in the courtyard? I guess I could just take my lunch back to the classroom. I said alone. Let's go with Zumble and Gangle. I pick up a garden salad from the cafeteria and stride out into the courtyard. Though there are half-dozen tables out here, they are mostly empty and it's easy to find Gangle and Zubul. Gangle gives me a big wave with one of her ribbon arms, her comedy mask showing an expression of cautious excitement. Zubul lifts up their claw hand in a friendly wave as well. Hi guys, thanks for the invite. No problem. Did they coordinate that? Either that, or they've just been friends for a long time. So, Diko, how are you liking our school so far? Well, it's pretty different from my old school. I start, Zubul and Gangle waiting on my next words. But I think I'm starting to like it here. Gangle smiles, pushing the tips of her ribbon hands together with a gentle blush. I like it there too. I'm really excited for the culture festival. We pass the time in relative silence as we eat our lunch. Zubul is the first to break the silence, pointing at my meal. Are you a vegan or something? Oh, this? I gesture to my salad. Not really, I just grabbed something that looked good before heading out to meet you guys. I think it looks good. Zubul shrugs. I like to bring food I cook myself. I can't stand what Ken stocks the cafeteria with. Gangle has a gentle smile on her face as she pokes a bit of shrimp tempura with a chopstick. How she manages to use chopsticks when both of her hands are the tips of red ribbons is honestly very impressive. I don't think it's all bad. There's a lot of traditional Japanese foods in the cafeteria. I never get to eat sushi when I was in high school before. They go back and forth like this for a bit while I stare at the remnants of my salad. A hush falls over our tables for a moment then. So, Zubel, are you going to help me get art done for the culture festival after lunch? Zubel looks at Gangle pointedly. Honestly, I'm tired of talking about the culture festival. It's just another one of Kane's stupid plans to make us all come together and make him feel good about himself. I mean, come on. Gangle is having Pomni look up what a cultural festival is. He doesn't care about the culture festival at all. It's just something to make us all busy. I don't see why I shall put in any more effort than Kane is. There's a faint tinkle, like something delicate fracturing, and Gangle's smiles falters. Gangle's lip starts quivering, tears welling up at the sight of her mask. Zubel. Gangle? I didn't mean. But their apology is too late. Gangle's comedy mask has broken and now lies on the table in front of us. In two pieces, Gangle is sobbing loudly. They give me a meaningful look. Come on, Nico. You understood what I meant, right? I'm sorry, Gangle. I promised to help you with your art for the festival. Gangle, Zubel is just annoyed at being pulled around by Kane all the time. They didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Yeah, like this one. Thank you, Deco. Zubel sighs, exhausted, but clearly regretting that they upset Gangle. Seriously, Gangle, I promise I wasn't trying to hurt your feelings. Gangle manages to choke back enough tears to respond. I know that. I just wanted us all to have fun today, and during the cultural festival. Zubel leans over, putting a hand on Gangle's arm ribbon. I know, and I'm sorry about being so rude about the culture fair. If you want to take this seriously, then I'll take it seriously too. Besides, I think Deco is really excited about the culture festival, right? They shoot me at look tells me it's time to speak up. That's right. I stumble over my words, injecting as much enthusiasm into them as I can muster. I care a lot about the culture festival, and I'm really excited to work with both of you on preparations for it. Zubel gives me an appreciative nod as Gangle regains her composure. Her comedy mask is still broken for now, but she offers us both a delicate smile. Thanks, you guys. Can we spend the rest of the day in the art studio working on posters? Actually, I have some afternoon class. Zubel wraps her pinker-like hand around my forearm. You're coming with us. I sure am. I let Zubel lead me to the art studio as Gangle starts to smile again, giddy at the prospect of spending a whole afternoon doing art for the culture festival. Gangle pulls open a closet in the back of the art studio, pulling out stacks of paper before handing us several pieces to me and Zubel, along with some boxes of colored pencils. Since we're all doing art for the culture festival, let's all draw some posters, then we can vote which one will make the cut. I glance down and start to sweat. I haven't drawn anything more complex than a stick figure since the third grade. I glance over to Zubel's paper. They've already started drawing a bunch of unique designs, contrasting different colors against one another to produce something that looks like it belongs in a high-end art gallery. I crane my neck to peer at Gangle's art. There's something familiar about the excited anime figure. She's drawing, but I still can't put my finger on what it is. Zubel sees me peering over at Gengel's work. Why don't you start working on your own poster? Gulp. Sure thing. I try to scribble something resembling an excited student for my poster, but the preparations are all wrong. When I try to draw the school, all I can do is draw a rectangle with the smaller rectangles for the windows. When I add a little sun in the top left corner and try to draw the courtyard, the picture is complete. This definitely looks like what a toddler would bring home to his parents, something that would end up under a magnet on the fridge for years. Zubel leans over and gives a bemused chuckle. Seriously, dude? Pretty sad, huh? But it's my best work. It's not like your art is any better. Yeah, I suck. It's not like your art is any better. Let's go with this one. Zubel glares at me. Wow, just wow. They shake their head. There's a moment of quiet before Zubel turns back to me. You better not say that about Gengel's art. If you do, don't bother coming back here tomorrow. I shrug. I guess they can dish it out, but they can't take it. Time's up. Let's see everyone's art. We set all three of our pieces on the table in the center of our room. We all take a moment to look at one another's art. Gengel has drawn an anime-style mascot waving two flags with a skull crest on them, jumping up and down saying, "Please visit the culture fair." Zubel has drawn a series of geometric figures and tessellations in different colors, but when you look at it at the right angle, it spells out culture fair. I have drawn a few stick figures enthusiastically, pointing out a box-shaped skull with a few perspective and shading lines added, making it half respectable. It takes a moment for me to realize Gengel and Zubel are looking at me. Oh crap, they expect me to pick my favorite. I like Gengel's art the most. Zubel came up with the coolest design. I knocked this one out of the park. I want this, but I don't really want to be like, simping to Zubel. So, let's choose this one. I knocked this one out of the park. Gengel and Zubel look at me, then at my art. Gengel keeps craning her neck trying to look at it from different angles. Zubel squints at it as if there's something they aren't seeing. I don't get it. There's a pause. I don't think there's anything to get about it. They both look at their own pieces, then back at mine. It's not very good. No, it isn't. The bell rings as an awkward silence hangs in the air. Well, it's been real. Yeah, thanks for joining us today, Dico. There was no real enthusiasm in either of their voices. As I leave, I try not to imagine things Zubel and Gengel might be saying about my art once I leave the room. I walk to my locker, entering the combinations as I put my books away and get ready to head out for the day. My mind drifts to the day's events. I wonder if someone will ask me to walk back with them. I gather my things and wait for a little bit, but alas, no one approaches me. Guess I didn't make a substantial enough impression on anyone today. Just like my old school. Well, there's always tomorrow. I head out for the school front doors and breathe the chill of the evening on my own. I sit on the curb, waiting for my parents to come pick me up. I wait and wait and wait. It's starting to get dark and cold. A cool breeze rushes by, chilling me to the bone and filling my nose with the scent of stale cherry blossom. And I could swear it smells like an abandoned office. Must be my business acting up or something. The moon is high in the sky as I get up from my perch and begin to walk. As I make my way further from the school entrance, I see a silhouette of someone in the trees. Looks like someone was waiting for me. They're too short to be Ragata, Gangle, Zubel, or Jax. And I don't remember Porny wearing a suit like that. This is... what is it? Kane? Ahoy there, Dico! As I reach the tree line, their appearance becomes more clear. Principal Kane? Hey there, old sport! He extends a hand. I hesitantly take it. Hey, Principal Kane? I can't suppress a shiver. Pretty cold out here, huh? Is it? I hadn't noticed. He shrugs as if weather is of no consequence. Looks like you had a rough first day, Dico. It's a shame too. When we talked earlier in the intro, I really thought you seemed excited to mingle. I give him a confused look. Talked earlier? Intro? What is he talking about? He looks away from me and taps his chin. Well, no matter. I guess we'll need to restart from square one, huh? He wheels back around to face me, his expression bright. Square one? What? Principal Kane reaches out and taps me with his cane. I feel my memories begin to unravel. It's a weirdly uncomfortable feeling. First, my memories become fuzzy, like I'm watching them on TV, but the TV has really bad reception. Then my entire body starts tingling, like when you sleep on your arm weird and when you wake up. It feels fuzzy and you can't move it, no matter how hard you try. All shades of color fade to a dull gray. Even my sense of smell fades as I feel myself pulled into Principal Kane's skin. Maybe next time, flex those socializing muscles a bit, Dico? I'm barely able to hear him. It feels like I'm underwater. Here's a hint, focus on spending time with at least one person. And maybe say things that they'd like to hear. Just some advice, best of luck next go round. With a shake of his cane, the less of my consciousness dissolves. Well, so yeah, that's my first playthrough and I didn't get any characters. I guess I should be like kinda simping to Zubel or you know, try to get more closer to Zubel, or and then yeah, we can see get along there. But yeah, for now we're stuck being single, just like in real life. But yeah, that's for the first playthrough. I hope you enjoy it. I'll leave the link in the below if you want to try it. And yeah, next video we're gonna get Zubel, alright? So yeah, thank you for watching and I'll see you in next video. Peace out.